Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel, Shimmy Bar Life. I hope you're doing well. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do so below. If you have any comments or questions or concern, you can also leave them in the bottom as well. If you're my friend on Facebook or Instagram, you can always message me and I will definitely reply back to you. So moving on, of course, you can tell that I'm back outside. It's a beautiful morning here. It is a little late in the morning, so it's going to get a little warmer as we continue with the practice. So don't mind me if I kind of pat off a little sweat off my forehead, but it's all good. It is a gorgeous morning. So today we're going to go ahead and start standing up with our warm-ups. So I'm going to go ahead and make sure that, I need my glasses first, that I'm not cut off with the camera. There, so you can see me. Okay, so first we're going to stand at the end of our mat. Push it down so you can see me, so I'm not cut off. Stand up nice and tall, engage that core, lift up the heart, shoulders down away from your ears. And right now, just breathe. Make sure your feet are right underneath your hips. Again, as a reminder, I am outside, so you're going to hear the noises around me. And from right here, we're just going to breathe. Take a couple of inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. On this next one, we're going to change our breathing pattern. This time, we're going to inhale to prepare. On the exhale, we're going to roll down, warming up the spine one vertebra at a time. If you need to bend your knees, go ahead and do so, and then roll it back up by really engaging that core and stacking up your spine one vertebra at a time. On the exhale, we do it again. Inhale, prepare. Exhale down. Inhale, exhale up. We're going to do this a few more times, really warming up the spine. Take your time doing this, no rush. It should feel nice and really nice on your spine, nice and good. Now on this next one, we're going to go ahead and add to our stretch / warm up. We're going to inhale to prepare, exhale down, and then we're going to walk into a plank. From right here in plank, get into that plank. My shirt's bulging up, so it looks like I have a belly, but it's really my shirt. Come into a downward dog. Really peek up. Come back to that plank. Downward dog. Now notice how my heels don't touch the ground. I try to put them as close as possible, but I'm not that flexible, and that's okay. Back to that plank. Downward dog. One last time to that plank. And then downward dog. And very slowly come to your knees, big toes together, knees apart, and come into a child's pose. Really elongate that body, elongate the spine. Bring that tailbone as close to your heels as possible, and just breathe. Come on and roll it up. Put your knees together. I'm going to adjust my shirt so I won't look funny. There we are. So right here I have my knees underneath my hips. My feet are behind me. Go ahead and spread your wings, spinal twist. It's one of my favorites. And you're going to inhale. You're going to turn very slowly on the inhale. Exhale back. Opposite side. By now, this should be a very smooth transition. If this is your first time doing this exercise, look at my pace. I'm not going any faster. You really want your spine to benefit from the stretch. Really feel that stretch. Make sure you lift up that heart though. And one last time on this side. Slowly release. Now we're going to come back to those downward dogs, the plank, but we're going to add a push-up. So now we're entering the exercise version. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and do that plank. Again, you could always go on your forearm, but remember, there is a push-up that you're going to be doing in between these exercises. And just to warn you that my neighbors are building a pool, so you may hear quite a bit of noises, but we'll be okay. So from right here, we're going to go into a plank. So we're at plank. You'll come down, lift, woo, hear that cracking, downward dog, plank, do a push-up, give me the best you can, and plank. I'm sorry, downward dog, plank, do a push-up, ooh, these are hard for me too, downward dog, give me one more. Plank, give me a push-up, push-up, and downward dog, and keep it here. Come down to your knees, big toes together, knees apart, forehead to the mat, and stretch it out. Roll yourself up. Now some of these exercises, I just want to let you know as well, some of them are hard for me as well, and that's okay. That's just to show you that I'm only human as well. So those are a little hard for me. That's why I wanted to do them today, because I really got to improve that push-up during this exercise. So don't feel bad if you have to modify it. Go ahead and modify. As a matter of fact, we're going to do it again, modify, so you can feel the difference between the two. So we're going to go ahead to that plank. But you have to do a full plank, but watch my knees. So you go to a plank, look at my knees. You do that push-up. From right here, curl your toes underneath, downward dog. Bring it down to your knees, do that push-up, curl, downward dog. Now notice you're still getting a good workout. Down to your knees, push up, downward dog. And we have one more. Down to your knees, push up, woo, and downward dog, and keep it here, the downward dog. Stretch it out, really peek up. Bring your ears to your forearms, stretch it out, bring your knees down, big toes together, knees apart, forehead to mat. And take a few breather here. And come up and take another breather. So we did two versions. I have to admit, the first one was a little tough for me, absolutely. I've always had issues with upper body strength, but that's okay. I still give it a good shot. If that works best for you, do it the way we did it the first time. If the second time works best for you, then stick to that one. Of course, it was a little easier because you were on your knees, but guess what? You still felt it. Still felt that good workout. So now we're going to go to the side plank. So side plank, again, go away. Make sure that your shoulders and elbows are right underneath each other. Make sure that your shoulder and your ears are far apart. So be very mindful. You're probably a little fatigued now, and we tend to sink. Please don't sink. Up, This time we're going to go ahead and extend both legs. Again, the bottom leg could be bent, heels closer to your bum. Make sure your hips are stacked. So right now we're in a side plank. We're going to lift. We're going to hold this pose. 3, 2, 1, and come back down. Take a breather. We're going to do it 2 more times. We're going to lift, really engage that core. And hold it for 3, 2, 1, come back down. Notice how I'm coming back down. I'm not plopping down on my mat. I'm controlling it. One last time. Come up. So from right here, come into that passe. We've done this on the other the video before this one, but this time we're doing it modified. Hold this pose for 3, 2, 1. Come back down. Stretch it out. So your shoulders should feel really good. If you're experiencing some sort of pain, I highly advise don't do these. Listen to your body. Some folks could do it, some folks may have shoulder issue. That this is probably not a good idea. What do you do in this case? Do some stretches. Do some other exercises that your shoulders can handle while we finish this little segment here. But please just don't stop and stare or don't fast forward the video. I need you to keep moving. Do what's best for your body if these are a little bit too hard for you. Other side. Again, watch that alignment. And then we lift. And we hold for 3, 2, 1, come back down, and then we lift. If you need a longer break in between, go ahead and take it. 3, 2, 1, come back down, and then the last one, we lift. This is the one when you are ready. Passe and hold this beautiful pose for 3, 2, 1. And slowly release. Woo, go ahead and roll those shoulders back. Roll forward. So why do I love to do planks and side planks? I mentioned this in the video before because you use pretty much your whole entire body. You really engage that core. You align your alignment. Every muscle is working together to do that pose. So it actually feels really good. You should feel nice and strong, that warmth through your body, your shoulders. Again, you should not be experiencing any kind of pain on your shoulders. So now we're going to go ahead and take it to the mat. We're going to roll it down. As we all know, we always do ab roll-ups. Make sure that the sun's not blocking. There we are, blocking the sun. Extend those arms. You can either point your toes or flex them. Really engage that core and print your lower back to the mat as you inhale up. Roll it up and then roll it back down on the exhale. That's 1. And I'm hitting my orchid. 2. I'll move myself a little over here. And 2 more. Really squeezing that core. And then we hold it here. We lay it out, we stretch it out. From right here, we want to go ahead and butterfly our legs, meaning the flat of my foot, the bottom of my foot are touching. So my knees are to the side. From right here, we want to go ahead and roll it up halfway, bring those shoulder blades off the mat, and we come back down very slowly in full control. Three, 4, and 5. And relax right here for a moment. I need to push myself down because I keep hitting my orchid. We're still going to remain this way. This is either called frog legs sit-ups or butterfly sit-ups, whichever one works best. You can either have your hands behind your head, or you can reach towards right between your inner thighs. So whatever works best for you. And we're going to lift for 8, 7, 6. Really squeeze it in. 5, 4, 3, 2, and last one. Now we're going to go ahead and pump it 3 times. You're going to go 1, 2, 3, and then slowly release. 1, 2, 3. Ooh, now you're going to feel it. 1, 2, 3. 3 more sets, just like this. 1, 2, 3. And slowly release. Go ahead and bring your knees together. Bring your knees to your chest. Rock yourself back and forth. But we're not done with those butterflies yet. Take a little breather, take a little break. Now we're gonna go back and extend our body. So now we're gonna go into a teaser. But this time your legs are not gonna be parallel to the floor. They're gonna be butterflied. So when you come up to that teaser, you're gonna come up and automatically bring your legs to that butterfly pose. Watch your posture. Make sure your shoulders, ears apart. Engage that core. Now you can slightly place your hands behind your knees just to hold the pose. You're not holding for your dear life. If you're doing this, please stop yourself. You still gotta hold that pose. When you come back down, your knees come together and you come back to what I call a little torpedo shape. And you do it again, up. Hold this pose for like 2 or 3 breaths. Down. Up, nice and strong. Lift up that heart. Up. And we have 3 more to do because that first one was a freebie. Up. That's 3. 2. And the last one, we're going to hold it right here. Hold it right here. We're going to tap for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold this pose because now we're going to start with the other leg. So you started with your right, you're going to start with your left this time for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold this pose and slowly release. Ooh. You should have felt your belly, your core, your tummy on fire. So stretch it out. Good job, everyone. Take a little breather here and then slowly lift yourself up. So yeah, that was a little bit challenging because now your legs were butterflied. We like challenges here. So if you were having trouble with that one, that's fine. The modified version, you keep your legs, your toes on the mat, and you lift and you lift. Keep your hands behind your knees as you pull up. Or you don't have to tap, just hold the pose. It may take several tries, and that's okay. As long as you're trying, the only thing I ask that you watch your alignment. We're going to continue on. Place your hands behind your knees. My feet are flat on the mat. Sit up nice and tall. So you're looking like this, nice and tall. You're going to go ahead and sink to the length of your arms. Everybody's arm length is very different. You sink, curl that spine. You're going to lift yourself up, being guided by your heart. We'll do it again. Just sink on the inhale. Exhale up. Nice and strong. And just sink. Well, the birds are very active this morning. 3 more times. And one last time. And then up. Hold it here. Now we're gonna do it again. That should have felt really good through your spine, a nice little stretch. But now we're gonna go ahead and do it again. This time you're not gonna hold on behind your knees. You're gonna let go. So you're gonna sink as far as you could go. And then up. Whew. Really use that core. Sink. So your core is in full control. Whew. Sink. 3 more times. Take your time. Notice how I'm taking my time. 2 birds are at it. And then one last time. And take a little breather here. So that was a very controlled movement using your core. Again, if you need help with support with your lower back, you can always use a towel or a ball to support your lower back. From right here, we're gonna go to our forearms. So be very mindful with this one. We're in our forearms. You have to lift up your heart, lift up that rib cage, because if you're sinking down like this, that's incorrect. So watch your form on this one. Lift up your heart. I'm looking catty corner, so I do not cut my airway. You gotta have your airway open, because if you tuck in your chin, you're cutting your airway, you won't be able to breathe. So make sure your airway is open. Engage that core. We've done this before, but I have not done it in a while, so we're gonna do it again today. Tabletop. If you want to push for 8, 7, 6, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now we're going to go can-cans where your legs are extended. They tap up to the right. Tap, up, down, up to the left. Up, tap, up to the right, and to the left. And then hold it here, extend your legs. Now we're going to go for a bike ride. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it here. Now we're going to scissor. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it up to a little rest. We have 2 more rounds. Yes, 2 more rounds of this one. One of my, I know I always say this, I know. Someone's gonna call me out on that. You always say that, I know. This one's a little challenging. If you've done this one before, yeah, you know what to expect. If this is your first time doing this particular sequence, you're gonna feel it. Round 2. Again, watch your alignment, watch your posture. When we get fatigued, we tend to sink. Lift up those ribs, tabletop, and then we push for 8. Can, up, tap, side, side. Extend, ride your bike. 8, 7, 6, 3, 2, 1. Extend your legs, scissors. Sit it up, stretch it out, sit up nice and tall. 1 more. But on the last one, there's a little bonus round that we're going to do together. So catch your breath, go back. This is it, last one. Engage that core, lift up that heart, watch your posture, tabletop, push. 3, 2, 1, can. It's hard for me to concentrate when I have a bunch of birds having a little quarrel. Hold it here, extend, ride your bike. 8, 7, 6, 4, 3, 2, 1. Extend those legs. Scissors. Hold it here. Now we're going to change. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Woo! You notice how I'm doing my legs? Ooh, yeah. That was 2, 3. This is the last one right here. 4. Nice and tall. Good job. Ooh, stretch it out. So when we change, may pretend these are my feet. This is what you're doing. I believe I'm pronouncing the word correctly. It's a little ballet movement for a ballerina. When they do this, it's called a change. Oh yeah, that was tough. Stretch it out. I'm going to grab myself a little drink of water. Come back to the mat. And once again, grab behind your knees. Lift up that heart and come back to a tabletop teaser. Now we're extending our legs, so my legs are parallel to the floor. We're gonna hold this pose. Again, relax your hands. If they're behind your knees, relax those shoulders. We're gonna hold this pose. Nice and strong, and then slowly release. Take a little breather if you have to. And we'll do it again. But this time, I want you to extend your legs. So I'm going to bring my hands behind my shins. I have to do it this way because I have long legs. And really extend if you can. And hold this pose nice and tall. Hold it, and slowly release. Again, that one can be a little challenging. If it is, give it a try. You never know, give it a try. If you are having a little challenge doing this one, keep practicing. You gotta stay consistent with this one. We got one more. Find that balance first, and then get into the pose. And then hold it for a few breaths, and slowly release. Ooh. Now we're coming to the end of our little video here. However, as you know, I always throw in some last minute loops here. Jackknives, remember those couple of videos ago? If you've been following me, you know what they are. If this is your first time doing a jackknife, I highly recommend you kind of scroll down to one of my, I think it's my 3rd video, where it says Intro to Jackknife. I highly recommend you do that one first, because if you go ahead and do the jackknife right away, you may not do it correctly, you may injure yourself, and the last thing I want is for you to injure yourself. So I highly recommend you go to Intro to Jackknife. For those of you who've been following me, who've been doing this consistently, you know what a jackknife is. So we begin nice and tall. Engage that core nice and tall. Inhale. Five more. How you doing? Last one right here. Make it strong. Whoop. Ooh. Those are the jackknives. It's a wonderful exercise. To me, it's more of a stretch because I've been doing it for a while, but this is your first time doing it, or you haven't done it in a while, it is going to feel like an exercise, but it's all in your core. It's not your shoulders. That's why I highly recommend that. If you've never done these before, stop this video, scroll down, find the one that says Intro to Jackknife, fast forward into to that part, and then go ahead and follow those instructions. However, we're going to go back to the jackknife, but at the end there's a little twist. So instead of coming all the way back sitting down, you're going to go into a teaser. So from right here, make sure I give myself plenty of room. We start, we go back, jackknife, back, right here. Hold this teaser for 3, 2, 1, and slowly release. You got it. 3 more. Back. Two more. And then last one. And slowly release. Good job, everyone. How'd you do? Boy, those, once you get those feel amazing. So now we're going to go ahead and cool it down, doing the opposite. Let's just get on our bellies. Do a couple of swans here. Forehead to the mat. My feet about hip width apart. Always remember, don't let your core go. Keep that core engaged. It's protecting your lower back. Hands to the side. Forehead to mat. And we inhale into a beautiful swan. Exhale down. Inhale up. It is a gorgeous morning here. That breeze has hit me up. Now for these stretches, take your time. Listen to your body. And one more. Now we're going to do our lower torso. Lift up your legs up. And release. Up. Up. And up. Now we're going to go ahead and combine them together. I need to sort of kind of catty corner myself because I'm going to hit my plant. So my arms are extended, my legs are extended, and then we go up. Ooh, that feels amazing. Up. Two more times up. Really engage that core when you come up. And last one, up. And slowly release. Now we're going to stay right here. Catch your breath. Come and pull yourself up into a nice tabletop. Big toes together, knees apart. Bring the tailbone back and stretch it out into a nice child's pose. Really stretch it out, elongate that spine. Few more breaths. And slowly roll it up. Come into your knees. This time I'm gonna go ahead and bring my arms to the right side of my body as I push my tailbone to the left. Nice little stretch there. And just breathe. And slowly walk your hands to center and other side as you sink. And slowly come out of it. I'm going to go ahead and face you. I'm still on my knees. Now I'm sitting on my feet. Go ahead and extend your arms. You're just going to circle very slowly. No rush. Just small little circles as big as your salad plate. And then we're going to hold it here and do it forward. And just take a breather. Go ahead and bring your arms up. See how my elbows and my shoulders are aligned? You're not here and you're not here. You're right here. We're going to slowly do some scarecrows without the weight. Look at my pace. I'm taking my time. And give me 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly release. Roll those shoulders back. 4, 3, 2, 1, and then forward. So I was giving your shoulders a little love there. And slowly release. Well, this is the end of this video. Hope you enjoyed it. Again, you have any questions or concern, you could always leave it in the comments below. Or if you don't want to leave them, you could always contact me privately if you're my friend on Facebook, on Instagram. Again, the Instagram is also the same name as my YouTube, Shimmy Bar Life. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're being consistent with the videos. I know that some of them are harder than others. I gotta throw in that challenge here. If you found this one to be a little bit too easy for you, remember you can always add weights, hand weights or ankle weights. I always recommend that if you find it a little bit too easy. If you found this video a little bit too challenging, good. It's supposed to challenge you. That is the beauty of Pilates. It's supposed to challenge you. It is supposed to be hard. So until next time, again, this is Mother's Day weekend. Happy Mother's Day to all the moms out there. Love you. You guys do an amazing job. I know happy Mother's Day to my mom. She's in Chicago. I can't see her just yet, but hopefully someday I usually go to Chicago every year, but I don't know. Maybe later on this year. We'll see what happens. So happy Mother's Day. I love you all. And until next time, have a wonderful, wonderful day. Bye-bye.